Alrighty, traders. Hello, everyone. Don't you just love trading? I absolutely love it. I've just finished doing a coaching session with my coaching clients. I love trading, guys. Anyway, let's get into today's market update. What's going across these markets? Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, guys. Actually, this is the reason why we got this stock up here, because I was looking at this stock with some of my clients today. Such an amazing, powerful pattern there. Anyway, if you're interested in becoming a private client, second link in the description, fill out that application form. I will personally call you to see if you're a good fit for the 12-month daily coaching. Right. S&P 500. What's going on with the S&P 500? So, the one thing I was watching for on the S&P 500 was this. Firstly, I was watching to see whether we got a retracement below this sort of level through here, right? Because I look to say that roughly around 50% of this big up bar is still a significant area of sort of support and resistance in the past, right? If you have a look at this here, you see what? What do you see here? All right, so we see that we have this level of, actually it's more than that, isn't it? I'm just noticing that. Look at that. Look at that level. See that whole level through there? It's a very strong area of levels that I'm seeing that could be a whole bunch of area of resistance, whole bunch of area of support and resistance through here, and we could be getting that level through there, right? So that tells me that obviously that's a very, 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 very strong level of sort of area, and now we're getting this movement up through here right now. So the big question is, I want to see is, does this continue to make this move up? Does it continue to make a nice strong move up, or do we start to get something like this? Because like the Dow Jones in a minute, Dow Jones is possibly starting to falter a little bit, right? So is that what we're going to see? Because if we start to get below this level here, and there's possibly even a trend line that I would use, somewhere through there, I'd have to use that trend line there, right? We're in like a bit of a Chanel right now, right? A Chanel. The men say it's a channel. Women say Chanel. That's right. Listen to this guy. It's a Chanel. Make me the Chanel. Anyway, so this is a very do or die sort of area through me. So right now, we're in a very sort of a nice little upward leg again. Not really much going on here today. A bit of a open high, came down, closed low. But we are still in a nice strong upward leg through here. So if this is going to turn into something more than just what we've already seen, meaning more downside, then we'll probably want to see this thing start to roll over and rally back down to below this sort of to around about below this sort of around 4,400 level on the S&P 500. I just forgot exactly what I was looking at there. So let's go look at the Dow Jones. We'll look at the Dow Jones right now, and same sort of thing that I'm noticing right now, but the Dow Jones is a lot weaker so far than the other ones. Now, the big key area for me is this. If this level here does not hold, right? X marks the spot. If this level does not hold, and we do roll over, we start to get below 34,000 again, this whole thing here tells me that this is a big false breakout move, and then we're likely to see a downward move from here. So looking at this level through here, if we start to get something like this, then you know what? Maybe my new highs is not coming, right? Because as you guys may or may not know, that I have a projection that we're going to see all-time new highs by the end of this year. Especially on the that was mainly for the S&P, but Dow Jones as well too, right? So, but we're starting to falter here. So, what actually happens here? Do we continue to roll over? Let's go look at that hourly chart here for a minute. You know what? This actually could be this. It's very, again, it's like a bit of a do or die situation here, because we had this strong movement up, and now we're getting this pullback through here like this. The question is this hourly chart going to be just a pullback before we continue this upward trend, or is it going to turn into something more? This is a bit of an interesting situation here, because if I look at this chart through here, look at all that support and resistance all through there, right? all the support level all through there, support, resistance, and all the resistance through there, right? So now we've rejected it. So the big thing here is what comes next. Because if it holds and starts to break back up, we're likely to see a really big, strong move. If we don't and we continue to roll over like this and we continue to flush down, then we know what's likely to come, right? So this sort of next week is really, 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 really important to the market here. Let's look at the Nasdaq as well too. The Nasdaq is definitely holding here strong. Again, on the short-term level basis, guys, we definitely have some sort of a trend line coming up through there, I would say. So that'd be sort of the trend line I would use. And the reason why I'm using that is that because if we break below here, then actually I'm just seeing, did it just close its gap? Not yet, didn't it? Because there's a bit of a gap there, I'm just noticing. It closed these gaps back here, didn't it? Yeah. So we can see we have had this move to the upside. So what's happening is this going to be a really significant high and a lower high? If that's going to be one of those significant sort of points in the markets, then we could start to see this thing start to roll over and possibly come down through there. Okay, we're not in that phase yet, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen yet. But if we do pause here and we start to roll over, especially around, again, this is the same as the Dow Jones, but especially around this level here. Actually, I'll draw it on the actual software here, right? Like, especially this level through here, right? Notice this level through here. Look at the resistance through there. Oh, look at this here. See how we actually had a lot of support, or resistance, and we broke up. So this whole 15,000 on the Nasdaq is definitely a major key area that if we do start break below there, we're probably likely to see a lot more, another move at least on the downside from there. Let's go have a look at gold and silver. So what's happened with gold right now? Gold right now is we're still in an overall downward leg through here. But the really big key here is what actually happens here with this move, okay? So firstly, we're in this downward sort of movement through here, okay? This is a descending triangle pattern, right? But I'm not sure if you've noticed, but let me show you this here. So let me show you this here. The reason why this is powerful is because just because we get a descending triangle pattern, as you can see here with this screenshot, right? We've got this descending triangle pattern like we're getting here. Doesn't mean it's going to break down, right? A lot of the times we can get this squeezing up pattern, then we get the big breakout to the upside, and then we start to see a really big move to the upside. So with that being said, that's what we're getting, this sort of compressing on gold through here. I'm actually more of the bullish. I'm more on the camp on us maybe even having a bit of a pullback through here. We do actually have, by looking at this level, that's that low level through there. But we also do have, see this whole area through here? This whole area through here when it comes to gold. All that area around that 1,910 level is that support. And then now we actually had a little bit of support level. So I wouldn't be too surprised actually to see that the market comes down through here, holds this level through here, and then starts to have a move back up through there, right? And we start to create a nice strong higher low, nice strong higher low through there, right? So higher low, low and higher low, and basically away we go. So that's basically what I'm looking at from there to there on gold, is that I'm actually probably expecting more of that. And the reason why is if I bring it back to this much larger picture, this much larger picture to me looks like just a real big overall up, down. I'm actually expecting that overall on that larger picture. So go back to the daily charts now once again, squeeze it up a little bit more, right? And if I just squeeze it up, I'm actually probably expecting this thing to start to possibly come down higher low and then start to break out through there. Move on now through to silver, and silver rejected just like I thought it was going to. Little rejection through here. We actually talked about this with my private clients as well too. If you're interested in learning more about the chart reading stuff, guys, then that first thing in the description, I'm giving away like a full complete trading course from the biggest mistakes you're making. Then you go into like the top chart reading techniques that's been working since the 1950s. Really powerful chart reading techniques. I've got like an hour and a half of one training there. I've got a couple of videos there walking you through some really powerful trading systems you can start to apply today, all for free, guys. And also I got something really special. The very first video you get, it's a bit of a bonus special to help you out as well too personally. So anyway, guys, that first link in the description, click on that and go get the free course, right? I promise you, just even if you don't do everything, I'm full of shit. Right? If you don't do anything with me on a coaching wise, or you don't do any of my programs, that's fine. But I promise you get the free trading course literally straight away. You put your email address in, you get the trading course straight away. I promise you the trading course will start to make some light bulb moments open up for you. Right? So now we're getting this overall pullback here with silver. But when it comes to silver, I honestly believe that silver is doing something really similar to what gold has been doing. Right? And what is that? I believe that silver possibly could start to continue. Actually, wouldn't that be interesting? I'm just looking at this level. Wouldn't that be interesting if silver did something like this now? And then maybe December we get a breakout. Maybe. Okay, cool. Right? But what's happening now is strong up, strong down, strong up. What happens next? Is it a strong leg or is it a weak leg, right? Now, what I mean by that is that strong selling leg is strong down. Weak is more like that. So if we start to do something like this overall, like this, and then we get a big strong breakout, guess what that's telling you? Right? We're possibly likely to see some really good, possibly likely to see some really strong movement to the upside.